Good evening. Welcome to the UAV chat show. This is episode 5. This evening we're talking about buying secondhand drones off different platforms. I don't know about you, but this week I've had two phone calls. We don't use our landline anymore, basically because we've just got so many scam calls and what have you. So basically just keep using a mobile phone. But this week I've had 2 calls. One was one on Monday. Apparently I owe tax to the HM Customs or something or other. And I had to press the one, otherwise I would get the bailiffs coming round to me, and so forth. So I like to play the game with these people. So I press the one, and a guy comes on and he says, right, you've got to listen to me. Can you give me a name of your solicitor? And I said, well, I'll represent myself. And then he said, okay, can you tell me who pays your wages? And I said, the Department of Health and Social Services. And he was like really confused. And I said it again. And then he put the phone down on me. And I tried ringing back about 6 times. They kept blocking my phone number. And then today I got a phone call from apparently Amazon. Apparently I tried to buy an iPhone 11 that was about, I don't know what an iPhone 11 cost. He said something like it was about £1,100 or whatever. And I needed to speak to somebody whether I wanted to go ahead with the sale or cancel it. So I went through and I started speaking to this chap, and he said, so do you want to cancel it or do you want to carry on with buying it? And I said, well, I'll carry on and buy it since supposedly I'm buying it. And he said, okay, well, I'm going to need your debit card or credit card number. And basically what they're trying to do is get my card number, get my expiry date and the 3-digit on the back. I made up a long number. And then when it came to the expiry date, I said to him, yeah, it's the 13th of 1866. And he said, sorry, can you repeat that? And I said, 1866. By this time, he put the phone down on me. So that's what scams are like. You will get them on the phone. You can get them on social media, and Facebook has the market. You know, I belong to 2 of the drone groups that you can see in the ticker tape below. And when somebody comes on you and says, look, I'm interested in buying this drone, do you think it's a good price or do you think it's going to be a bad job? We try to help people. We did have a situation a couple of days ago, and a few of us, there's about 8 or 9, but contacting this particular person and asking them, you know, is it still for sale? They said yes. And then we started asking some technical questions. And now it's a Mavic Pro 2 with an ordinary controller. And we were asking to have an infrared thermal camera. They said yes. I asked whether it had a smart controller, and they said yes. And every time that a question was asked, they said yes. So I actually called the person out, and I said, look, you're trying to pull the wool over people's eyes. I said, you're saying that you, in your post, that you live in Southampton, and actually you're on the Isle of Man, supposedly. I got some quite profound recorded messages back saying that they had used their partner's Facebook because he didn't have one. and he was at work and she was answering the question. She didn't know what she was asking. And I just kind of said, well, look, you know, if that's the case, then you should have waited till you got home and then answer the questions. But the trouble is, with the marketplace, if you are going to buy a secondhand drone, there's a number of things that you need to do. Check their profile. See if they actually live in the area that they say that they live in. You can go into their profile and then see if they say live in London, if it connects up to the ad. Look at the images to see if you can see any damage. Contact the seller. Ask them questions that you think that are valid. You know, are the batteries brand new? Are they, you know, all working? Does the camera work? And with a drone, because the DJI drones, they collect flight information. If you go into the app, you can actually see the flight records. I'm just going to show you. I've taken a screenshot of my Mavic Pro 2, and this is up to date. So you can see that I've done 24 hours, 49 minutes flight time, total distance 188,611 meters. I've done a total of 138 flights. That is the main image. If I click on to the latest month, you can see that I've actually flown for 27 minutes. I've done a total of 186.3 meters. I've done a total of 5 flights. Now, if I can share that information with you, then sellers should be able to share that information with you as well. So ask for things like this from them. If they can't supply it, then ask them why they can't supply it. What's the problem? They should have the information. See if you can FaceTime them, or if you're using Messenger, go on a video camera. And ask them to show you the drone turned on, working, the batteries, charging. I'm just getting a few messages coming up from Drone Flies Beyond. Hi, live links not working on Facebook. Okay, I will check that out. Parachute. Yeah, that was another question we did ask the other person the other day. Did it come with a parachute? But yeah, you need to kind of ask these things. If they're genuine people, they will say, look, you can come over, I can show you it. If you want to take it for a flight, I'm happy to show you. If you've not flown before, I can fly it for you and just show you the basic controls. Buy locally. The problem is with the Facebook marketplace is that you've got no kind of backup. And the only thing I can say about that is that you need to make sure that you use something like PayPal, because if there is a dispute, then you can go back to PayPal and say, look, this is not how they said it is, or whatever. Just to the guys that are actually on the Facebook page, if you scroll down, you should be able to see the live chat. So I'm just going to refresh my page now. Bear with me. This is the first time I've done a live stream, by the way, so be kind to me. Right, I'm just looking at the Facebook page to see whether it's working or not. If you can't see it, well, yeah, it is actually working. You have to scroll down the page. Somebody can let me know if they can see it. Okay. Yeah, so going back to, like I say, use PayPal. If they're going to post it, I would say ask them to use a courier, because that way information of the person's address will be recorded by the courier, and then you can track the package. But really, I would say buy locally, or if you're willing to travel, then travel. Just be safe. Have it in your head what you're expecting to ask and see. You know, everything should be working. The camera, the remotes. If they're using their phone as the live feeds, check that out. Check the batteries are all working. Check the power levels within the app, so you can see that they're all working as they should be. If they're low, then obviously they're being used really a lot. So it might be a case that you will have to invest in new batteries, and it may be a case that the drone's okay and the remote's okay, and you can ask to drop the price down. Moving on to eBay, even with eBay, you know, people post things. I mean, I haven't used eBay for a long time, purely for the fact that I've just kind of given up with them. But I'm just looking at some Mavic Pro 2s for sale. And, you know, the prices range from £499. There's one that I caught my eye here, this £650. Apparently it's a brand new drone, and it's unopened. And if I just click through the images, I must admit, I don't know if I can zoom in. Yeah, I can. This sticker looks like that it's been stuck on recently. I don't understand why that one looks okay and like it's brand new, and then that looks really old and it's been peeled off some other packaging. And the same with this one as well. Why is that brand new and those two not? You just got to be really careful. Check their profiles. I mean, if I go back to this one, I'm not picking on this person specifically, but they've been a seller since sorry, go back to it again. Right, so yeah, you can message them, and this one's actually on Facebook. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. So again, this is a prime example on Facebook. You're not seeing the drone, you're just seeing a package. And would you really actually spend £650 and say, yeah, here's my money, you send me the package. You don't know what's in that box. It says a Mavic 2 Zoom, and you can't even see the drone because they say that it's brand new and unopened. Well, I would disagree with that, because normally there would be film around the package, and it doesn't look like there's any film around the package. Let's go in this corner here. It's kind of things like this to look out. So if we go over to eBay, now here's a Mavic Pro. It's got 24 products rating 100%. He's got images, and of course you can go big to see. And the great thing with eBay in that respect is that, you know, there is more likability that you actually will get the product you get. If not, then, like I say, you can take it up with PayPal and so forth. Just looking through a few of these. I mean, there's one here for £195. Well, no, actually, let's go to this one. This one's got a smart controller. So let's have a look at the images. Yeah, it's a smart controller, but it's been used, and it's been used with a camera strap, because those are the hooks exactly the same that I had on the video I did a couple of days ago about the smart controller. There is some damage to it. There's a foot missing. Just see if there's any more images. It's got some ND filters, but again, looking at the underneath the actual camera, there's quite a bit of damage to that. Again, they're asking £1,200. Seriously, would you spend £1,200 on that? I know it's got a smart controller, and the smart controller is worth, you know, £500–600. But it definitely has been, looks like, well used. I would be a little bit concerned. I mean, like say, if you were just saying buying the smart controller, but I wouldn't bother with the drone, to be truthful. Let's have a look at a few more. Now, that was £1,200. This one is Mavic Pro, and this has got 2 controllers, brackets, the original boxes. It's got the DJI goggles, so that's quite a good start. What else have we got here? I mean, there's quite a bit of kit with it. In comparison to the other one, I mean, this is only 1,060, and you can put a bid in. Again, what I would say is look at their profile. They've got 100% positive feedback. Let's have a look on their feedback. Yeah, they got 11 positive over the last 12 months. Again, if you were interested in that, contact the seller, see whether they will actually, take a phone call from you and FaceTime them and, have a proper look at the gear through FaceTime. It doesn't say where they are, but it does say free collection in person. So that's, again, it's things like that I would say definitely look at, because that in itself is kind of the best way to buy a drone. You're not buying a Kettle or a Teesmade. You're spending something on that is potentially worth a lot of money. It flies in the air, and you need to make sure that it's actually airworthy. So if anybody's actually looking for a Mavic Pro 2, £1,060 for what they're offering. I would ask for a screenshot of the flight time, so you can see how much flight that it's had. Just looking through what they're saying here, they say DJI Mavic Pro condition is used, but not as new condition. Everything you will need. Never banged, let alone crash. Went all out, bought the lot for around £2,000 and found I don't have time to enjoy. Purchased DJI replacement cover. Not sure if the cover is transferable, but whether or not I will honour the warranty if need be. Mavic 2 Pro remains most impressive consumer level drone. So yeah, that I would say is a pretty good one to consider. If you are selling yourself, obviously with eBay, that you got to pay a percentage of royalty to them based on the sale, and it does go up the more that you're asking for. If you're selling on Facebook Market, again, I would actually invite the person to come round, take them out to see it flying, but note it and say sold as seen, and make a point of that. Do not say to them, if you've got any issues, get back to me. There shouldn't be any issues, because at the end of the day, they've seen it all. Everything that possibly that they need to know, you've shown them, so they shouldn't need to come back. Because if they come back and say, this is not working, you didn't tell me about this, or I don't know what to do with that, that's not your problem. That's what Facebook Marketplace is like. Quick sale place, and it has its pitfalls. Again, I would use PayPal. If you can basically just give them your email address, or even do it through on your mobile phone. Get them to transfer the money, then hand the goods over. That way, and make sure that the money's gone through. It's just, there's so many problems out there now with sort of buying drones, because there's so many drones for sale because of the Mavic Mini coming out, because people are able to do a lot more with it than they can do with the Mavic Pro, and they're weighing that up, so they're trying to get rid of their Mavic Pros. And it's, some of them are going to be really, really good and well taken care of. Others are going to be like pork chops. And you need, if you are new to drones, you need to know what you're looking at. Speak to people like on the Facebook groups. We're always happy to help newcomers. Many posts get posted up asking about what do people think about this because they've seen it really cheap. Like I say, if it's that cheap, it can't be that good. So you need to think about what you're willing to spend on a secondhand drone. Look at the prices that are going in different places, like on eBay, and go about it in a way that you want to make sure that you're going to get your money's worth. Because at the end of the day, you do not want to be stuck with a dud, and you've got no way of going back to that person. So I'm just looking at the questions, mostly from Droneflies Beyond. Thank you guys for watching. Like I said, this is my first time doing a live stream, and I hope that this will help maybe newcomers that can be linked into this live stream, so they can look at what we're talking about and understand the pitfalls that there is in buying a secondhand drone. I have real concerns at the moment that there are a lot of scams going on, especially in a time when we're going through a pandemic, that people are looking to actually make people's lives even more miserable than it needs to be. We all have a lot of time on our hands at the moment. This is the reason why I'm doing this. I'm just trying to support other drone pilots and newcomers that come into the group in what we do, and help them to try and get the best that they can afford without falling for the pork chops, as I call them. So thank you for watching. I know this is reasonably short, but I just really wanted to do this tonight, just in light with things that have happened this week. Be safe. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you're looking for drone Facebook groups, please look at the ticker tape. We've got the Droneflies UK, Droneflies GB, and Droneflies GB and beyond. They're great groups, and with lots of information and lots of fantastic videos and footage and images. So thank you for watching. We're going to be doing an interview this weekend on Saturday. This will be at 3 p.m. With Simon Stickland, who's a commercial drone pilot. And we're going to be doing a live stream again. So if you have questions about starting up a new business as a drone pilot, even if you've just done your A2COC, I've done mine, but I'm not actually interested in doing it as a business. But yeah, Simon will be available to answer some questions, and we look forward to seeing you then. Till then, be safe, take care.